The excitement about the 3D printing technology that has steadily developed over the years and accelerated, and this excitement that largely outpaced the innovation and development in this field. As a researcher or any expert in this 3D printing technologies, and they have built those 3D printing machine that of a major technological application uses, as well as more experimental features and those applications that functioning those 3D printing technology, and that many of these technology that are composed of very well understood materials, the software problems and mechanical system, the things that the engineers have been doing for the decades. They are working towards this new and latest innovative 3D technology for the long time, and then they make those important factors. What actually that means for the holding back those innovation, and how that thing those technology are working, and that the material or advanced motion that's working for this as a separate pieces of those technology, and that element of as a system and multiple element that the 3D ecosystem is generated in the perspective by shifting when those 3D printing is viewing as a system of constituent parts, and we can change the understanding of those capabilities. The design that largely means that the user of the technology that asks it to make those design that is working properly in the 3D printing technology, and this 3D printing technology will be work on those multiple elements that the ecosystem has been built regarding those perspective of the 3D technologies. The hardware component, the machine that actually do the work for the additive processes to make those physical things, and the material that include the types of metal, ceramic, plastic, or the raw material that are turned into the functional object by 3D printing technologies, and the software, those systems that applicable for to convert the design data into the fabrication data, and as well as the software on board the machines and the software that routes the data to the machine. The most problematic and often forgotten those elements in the ecosystem that can be found in the broken pathway meant to connect the each domain to the other, and those fashion that they prevent from those realizing the potential of those 3D printing, and they're changing that how they think about the 3D printing machine to embrace and apply those systems nature of the family of technology, and that begin to actually leverage against those real issues, real matter, that the requirement, the problem solving scenario that the 3D machine has been doing, or it has the potential to do in the future, and the latest innovation of these 3D technologies that make those construction has changed the revolution in these constructions and those real estate industry and many other manufacturing, the mass scale production, the mass production that make those labor incentive in nature in India's economy based on those labor incentive nature has changed using those 3D printing technology, and that is the revolution has been the national strategy for additive manufacturing, that also known as 3D printing, that to encourage the collaboration between the government and the industry with the goal of making India a global hub for the design, development and deployment of the 3D printing. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has briefed in this new form of technology regarding these issues, and that taken a very clear defined goals in this strategy, that targeting 50 India specific technology, 100 new startups and 500 product and 10 existing and new manufacturing sector and 1 lakh new skilled manpower that hope those additive manufacturing that becomes a major export item in the coming years, and that are the outlining and the outcomes of the strategy that this new form of manufacturing sector, and that the strategy that has been released for the consultation with those industries and the experts that are suggested that it's an effort to build the indigenous strength that can result in a situation where the material, printers and the design will continue to come from outside of the country, and that end up paying the large amount of royalty to the foreign companies. And if we are able to build those design capabilities in this segment, that will pay the royalty importantly, and that the importance and those further emphasizing the importance of a national strategy. And this strategy has the 3D technology in future will create a new industry for the capital equipment. Initially, it is only a strategy, not a scheme for the 3D technology implementation in India. But in the future, it's gaining its importance, and those strategy may be implemented as a scheme in future, and that's an important development, and that reflect the government thought process. How we'll work on this and how it will be adopted. What are the challenges? What more input if required, and that will create a new industry capital, and that the figure it out that discussion of what incentive scheme are required and how this technology will be boost the manufacturing sector, the industrial sector, and those real estate and construction industry, that make those things. And the objective of the strategy is to enhance the India's position in the global 3D manufacturing landscape, to achieve a market share of 5% and contribute nearly $1 billion by the to the GDP by 2025. The global 3D printing product and the service market that was valued at $12.6 billion in 2020, and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 17% between 2020 and 2023. That is, the market research predicted that, and at the estimate value of this industry, that's the manufacturing landscape of 3D market, and that's the contribution that will feature in this industry in the future, and that's how we hope for this industry will grow, and that will contribute to the India's economic growth, the dream project of a dream ambition of $5 trillion Indian economy by the next 5 years, and how it will work, and that will support for the 3D manufacturing sector, and that the important outline that are set and those proposals that the government will make, creating those local entrepreneurship, technology and intellectual property in 3D printing. That is the objective. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.